Greetings, our dear viewers. This is your ICT facilitator, ICT tutor Mutebi Ratib. Today we are going to be looking at CABS ICT Resource Center end of year examinations, where we are to look at paper 2, item 1, to see what the learners of senior 3 could have done on this resource for CABS ICT. So let us move straight to the item. Remember that everything that I've used in this video has been put in the video description. For those that want to join my WhatsApp group, the link has been put in the video description. Please tap on it and then join me so that we can keep sharing resources and discussing over there. Remember, this is your ICT facilitator. We are going to be looking at CABS ICT Resources Center. Let us scroll down. This is paper 2, Information and Communication Technology. We are to look at item 1. On this item, they are telling us that on this item, we are going to first understand it in depth. They are telling us that in Kampala, a community-focused organization called Uganda Digital Skills Foundation, UDSF, has been dedicated to training Ugandans in ICT health and safety for the past 8 years. Recently, Uganda Digital Skills Foundation was invited by Ubuntu Tech Academy, a growing tech company, to conduct a 5-day ICT health and safety training for its team. This training, aimed at equipping employees with best practices for a safe digital workspace, successfully covered key areas relevant to the tech industry. They're telling us here that during the program, each of the participants, keep this in mind, each of the participants from Ubuntu Tech Academy received a daily allowance of 20,000 Uganda shilling in recognition of their performance. Certificate of Excellence were awarded to the 3 most outstanding trainees. They are telling us that Certificate of Recognition or Excellence was awarded to 3 most outstanding trainees. Task: using the support files provided, prepare a report on this training program and send it to training manager. You are required to include all relevant documentation and summaries of the training outcomes. So we are going to see how we could have attended to this scenario. Remember, resource or a video on item 2 has also been uploaded onto our YouTube channel. Remember, the YouTube channel is Mutebi Ratib. Just go search it over. You'll be able to discuss and see more with me there. Remember, everything I use in my videos, I upload into the video description for your comfort and to be able to work with you with a lot of vigor. So please, we are going to be discussing this item using our spreadsheet, Access or Microsoft Access, word processing, and PowerPoint presentation. We want to see that how could the learner have used the 4 applications to attend to this ICT practical item 1 end of year examination from the CABS ICT Resources Center Senior 3 end of year examination. So now let's roll it and we start checking each and every line in detail. So the learner is supposed to move and first take a walkthrough in the support material provided. When we check here, we see that we have some images, we have a video here, we have a logo, we have a Word file, we have a spreadsheet file here. Let me see what we have in the Word program. When we check here in the Word file here, we have a simple document having key areas about ICT health and safety training, best practices for the safe digital workspace. Okay, this is what we see over here. Nice. Putting this down, what do we have in the spreadsheet? I want to also have a look onto what we have here to see that we start cracking down this item with a lot of life. So when I check here, we see that we have, we have over 3 columns, and we have participant name, total days attended, the daily allowance that is received by every individual. Now, after taking a walk through, the candidate that is to attend to this scenario, you are reminded that please create a folder with your full name and personal number. Come over here. My name is Mutebi Ratib 007. After creating a folder, open the folder by double tapping, come in here, right click in space, go to option in new, create 2 subfolders for item 1, it's over here, and another subfolder for item 2. Come over here and say item 2. Nice. So after creating an item 2 folder, I will go check into my support material. I pick this Excel file, click on it, Ctrl C, come into your support, come into your working folder. Over here, open item 1, paste the spreadsheet file over there. When I put it here, I will come and adjust the naming. Let me rename this file as maybe updated data for trainees. So I'm naming it as updated data for trainees. Now after putting it here, I'm going to come and open it by double tapping to see that we can start adding life on it, to see that we can get marks over here. Now when you check here, we have a simple file. Let me first adjust on the fonts. Ctrl A. I want to use Arial Narrow to see that my work looks a little more clear. I want to increase on the font size. Let me take 13. After taking 13, I want to increase on the spacing to see that we can read each and every label very, very well. So I will come over here, go here and say, I put borders on my work. After putting borders, I will Ctrl S, and then we go back to our question and we see what are we supposed to do. 1, they are telling us that during the program, each of the 10 participants from Ubuntu Tech Academy received a daily allowance of 20,000 Uganda shilling in recognition of the performance. Certificates of excellence were awarded to the 3 most outstanding trainees. But now they are telling us that using the support files provided, prepare a report on this program, on this training program, and send it to the training manager. You are required to include all relevant documentation and summary. So now, please come over here. We first take the total allowance for each individual. So I will come over here and say equal signs. How we're going to compute the total allowance? I can use the formula where I will say total days attended, shift asterisk or times the daily allowance, which is C2. Click over here. We shall see that now we have the total allowance for each and every individual. So now we see that Akena John, Nabakoza Mary, Kato Isaac, they have different allowances as we see over here. The candidate can also use a function where they can say equal signs product, open parameters, come over, highlight from the starting point to the end point and hit the enter button. Thank you for watching. Remember to subscribe and share. When I click here, I see that now all the members have been able to receive their total allowance. I will come over here, I bold a bit. After bolding, I will align the center to see that my content is in shape. Now, away from that, let me Ctrl A. I want to Ctrl A, and then I create another worksheet. I want to paste my work here. Briefly, let me copy. I want to copy this work. Ctrl C to copy. Come over here. Ctrl V. Thank you for watching. This is your ICT facilitator, Mutebi Ratib. On this worksheet, I want to be able to compute the total allowance for all, so that as we present to our training manager, they can easily relate that now maybe they spent over this amount of money in this training project. So I'll come and say equal sign sum. I come highlight from the first digit to the last digit and then close parameters. I hit the enter button. Let me come over here. I say total allowance. I'm calling total allowance. Then I'll come adjust on the font style. I'm taking Arial Narrow, and under Arial Narrow, I'll move here, bold a bit, come over here. I want to adjust a little bit, and then I want to make sure that I have fonts, I have borders on all my work. Remember, we are discussing ICT end of year senior 3, where we have all our resource is CABS ICT Resource Center. Now, after putting this down, I will come back here. I want to create some visual data. Let me compose a chart showing the participant name and the total allowance. I will go to insert. I click the ribbon launcher under the charts group. I say, let me take all charts. I say column chart. Come over here. I insert this chart into my work. Align it very well. I will put over here. Come here and put a clear heading. I want to say a column chart showing trainees and their total allowance. After putting it here, I will again move and then I adjust and I put maybe the axis titles. Come to the chart element button, come and say axis titles. Then you come on the vertical axis. You say this is maybe total allowance, and then come to the horizontal axis. I also name this as names of attendees, names of trainees. Sorry, I want to name it as names of trainees. Okay, after putting this chart down, I will again move on and attend to the other areas of interest. Remember they said, let me call this visual data over here. Thank you for watching. This is your ICT facilitator taking you through the end of year exam ICT paper 2 from the CABS ICT Resource Center. I'll come over here and say computed. This is computed total allowance. Yes, computed total allowance. I'll come over here and say here we are going to say outstanding performers. After putting it here, I'm going to come copy this information, Control C, come over here and then paste it, Control V. After pasting, I'll come and adjust on the sizing to see that we can view our work very, very well. I'll come put borders on my work. After putting borders, remember in the question paper here, they are telling us that during the program, each of the 10 participants from Ubuntu Tech Academy received a daily allowance of 20,000 shilling. But now, I want us to keep eyes here that in recognition of their performance, certificates of excellence were awarded to the 3 most outstanding trainees. So I want us to have the 3 outstanding trainees. So we are going to base on people that attended the maximum number of days. So when we check here, we that some people attended 5 days, some attended 2, some attended 4, some attended 3. So the maximum number of days were 5. So I'll come over here. I only highlight the total days attended column. I go to my sort and filter button. I say filter. I now say when you click the filter button, we see that we have a drop down or a check-in that is giving us an option to filter out only those that attended the 5 days. I'll just come, click on this icon, then unselect so that you select only those that attended the 5 days. Come over here, we see that we have people that attended the 5 days. Now, the outstanding performers, the 3, are over here. Now, I'll come and then add more light on my work to see that everything is on point and everything is clear. Font color white, come over here, background color, I put that dark blue. So come over here, highlight, move over here, go to color scales and put a catching color scale to see that our work is really, really stunning. I will also move here, conditional formatting, color scales, I add that there. I move to the last button, I highlight all my work, and then I go to color scales, I say color scale, let me add this over there. Now after putting that, I want to also highlight my headings to see that each and everything is on point. Make sure that you have borders around your work. Yes, so we are wrapping it up. Let me see what are we missing. Some borders, some color there, and then we are good to go. My chart, what should I add? Let me add some colors to see that we have everything on point. and our information is really catching. So come over here. By the time the learner leaves the program, you should have interrogated it to the bone to see that we can get some good marks out there. So now click over here. I want to put this color. I want to keep white. I want to bold. Come to this vertical axis title. Same color, same font color, bold it. Now after having composed my work very well, I will Control S. I will Control S to save changes. We have the this is computed. I want to adjust on the naming. This is computed total allowance. This is the visual data. This is our outstanding performers who will be getting a certificate. So the learner has used the filter skill here. Let me move here. I want to insert a simple heading. I say outstanding performers who will get our certificates. Okay, now I'll come over here. I highlight my area, margin center. I want to give it a different background. I want to increase on the font a bit, bold it, come, and we maintain at least the same colors. Control S, save changes, come over here, Control S, come over here, Control S, come over here, Control S. Now after putting this down, I have saved my work. At least the learner has manipulated the spreadsheet very well. Now let me move to database to see what the learner could have done. Remember, we are discussing CABS ICT Resource Center end of year exam information and communication technology paper 2, where we are looking at item 1. Okay, this is your ICT facilitator taking you through each and every detail. So now I want you to keep eyes on this worksheet called the computed total allowance, because I want to take this same program to my Access to see how best we could have added some light over there. Let me close my program. I will come over here, right click, go to option in new, choose Microsoft Access Database, come and say trainees database, trainees database. I will come over here, double tap to open, very fast. Double tap to open, enable editing, and then after enabling, I will go to external data. I go to new data source, I will go to from file, I choose Excel, I browse, I look for my folder on the desktop, which is Mutebi Ratib 007. It is over here, item 1, choose your Excel file, click OK. Here, we want to see how do you import data from Excel to spreadsheet. From spreadsheet to Access. Come over here, click OK. Come and say computed total. I want to use a worksheet called computed total allowance. Remember, in that spreadsheet file, we have over 3 files: computed total allowance, visual data, and outstanding performance. I want to choose computed total allowance. I will come over here, click next. Click next. I want to click next. Then here I will say let Access add a primary key, since in my data I don't have a preferred column that I could have used as the PK. So I will come and say next. Then I click finish. When I click finish and I close, I will have a table called computed table. Let me say this is my table. I want to run a few objects so that we also get some marks for manipulating this this Access very well. Now I will move over here. I say let me close the object, Control S, save changes, close over here. I want to create some query, a report, and a simple form. I will go to create, click query wizard. I say okay. I click, I want to use this table called computed total. Put all these available fields onto the selected portion by clicking this double greater than symbol. Click next. Come and say next. I want to call it best. I want to run a query for the outstanding performer query. I'll come here. I say query, I click modify, I click finish. Okay, I want to run a simple query to pick out only people that attended the 5 days. I'll go to total days attended, come over here, I put a simple condition, greater or equal to, or let me just skip it, clear equal to 5. When I put my condition there and I run my query, I'll have only the 3 outstanding performers. Yes, so we are discussing ICT paper 2 item 1 from the CABS ICT Resource Center. After putting this down, I'll Control S, I close this, I then go create a simple form from maybe this query. I say form wizard, I want to use the outstanding performer query. I put all these options onto a selected portion. I go to next. I want to take, let me take columnar as my layout. Click next. I want to call it outstanding performer form. I say modify. I click finish. When I click finish, I can now go on and say, let me adjust a little bit. Let me bold these key areas. Go to home, bold, put some color. I can also go on to put a nice background that will really catch the item setter's interest to see that we can get some marks out there. So let me apply white, and then I can go on to change the font style, maybe to Algerian, and then away from that, I can still go on and manipulate my support material. I'll go and say I want to insert a simple image where I want to insert a simple image over here. Let me use this button. Yes, let me say insert image, browse. I want to use my support material which are located on the desktop. We have support material where over here, support material. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and share to see that we can keep learning from one another. My support material over here, I want to take this logo, click OK. So when I come, I'll insert my logo around here so that I get some marks for manipulating data very well. I can go on to put some background color, right click in space, go to fill color. I want to take this over there. Also here, right click, I go to fill color. I also take a different color of that. Now Control S, save changes, and then when I check the print preview or when I check the layout view or the form view, we see that our form has really been well edited. If I check the design view again, let me insert a footer here, and my footer, I want to use a label, so I'll come and put a footer of my name. This is Mutebi Ratib 007, which is my personal number. I will also go on to go to home. I want to increase on the font size. Is it possible? Let me see. Under format. Okay, we can keep it at that for time. Control S, save changes, check the form view to see that yes, we have our footer over there. Thank you for watching. This is your ICT facilitator, ICT tutor. One more object. Let me go to close this object. I want to create a report from for the outstanding performers. Click create. I say report wizard. I want to use this query called outstanding performer. Put this side. Click next. Click next. Click next. And then say I want to take columnar. Click next. I want to name it as maybe outstanding performer reports. I will click modify, and then I say finish. When I click modify, I want to name it, let me add some salt on the meat to start. We can get some marks still. The learner, you have to be very fast as you manipulate these items to see that you manage time and you have each and every detail well tallied. I will move here, put some salt. I say I want some nice background color, and then here I want to insert a simple image. I will come and say, is it under format? Under format. Yes, it is under report design. Click insert. I want to insert the same. Come and put the nice logo over here. Let me put it around here, and then I can also go on to insert date and time. All these skills are very, very paramount if you are to get some marks. Come over here. I want to put a footer of my name and personal number. Very, very fast. Mutebi Ratib 007. After putting that down, Ctrl S, and then come over here, check the reports, the report view, see how our report looks like. We have a simple logo, date and time, outstanding title. We have used over 4 objects: a simple table, a simple query, a form, and a simple report over there. So I'm done with my database. So now I want to open and start using a spread or PowerPoint presentation. You might ask yourself, why are we using all these applications? Remember, we are opening our learners to the new curriculum, where the marking points based on the time, based on the applications used, and how the learner has manipulated them. So I'm going to say presentation, let me say ICT health, health and safety, ICT health and safety presentation. Okay, now I want to create a simple presentation. Remember, we are going to be training people. We are going to be training these individuals about ICT safety, how the learner could have interrogated the spreadsheet very, very well. Remember, please feel free to pause, play, so that we can learn from one another. Remember, our slogan is each one, teach one. This is your ICT facilitator, Mutebi Ratib. Please don't forget to subscribe and share, and may you be blessed as you subscribe onto the YouTube channel. Now, we have opened a simple PowerPoint presentation, but when you go back into our support material, we see that the learner had interrogated multiple. We see that in the support material here. We see that in the support material, when you check here, we had a simple Word file. We had some images, we had a video, we had a training presentation. When you check here, we have a Word file which had blended multiple elements. We see that we had some elements here, key areas that we're going to be using to present. So now, the person interrogating this application, I'll move straight over here to see how best we could have added this. The learner can come and decide retyping all this into PowerPoint, but it will be very, very tedious and you'll waste a lot of time. So now, what we are going to do, we are going to import this Word file, the code in the Word file, into our PowerPoint presentation over here. So how do we do that? Open your PowerPoint, go to File over here, click Open, then come and browse for that information which is under our support material, which we refer to as support material senior 3, where support material over here. I will click, I come over here and say I want to see all files. Then you shall be able to see that we have a Word file called training presentation. Click on it once, click open, and then give it a time. You see that here they are opening training presentation. Here they are converting, and then we are good to go. So we have not typed this information, but we have imported from Word to PowerPoint presentation. Now let's see what the learner could have done on this presentation to make it outstanding and to be eye-catching if we are to get some marks over here. So I will come and add more light on this. I can go on, make a few adjustments. Let me align this center, and then I want to blend it a little bit. Let me align it at this area. I want to go on, put some background color. Let me put a simple shadow, and then I want to put some catching colors, align it center. And then after doing this, I want to be really very, very fast. Please don't forget to pause and also try out with me as we navigate through with each and every line. So now, okay, so as we navigate through, we want to see how the learner could have interrogated this PowerPoint presentation to see how could you have edited this if we are to get some good marks. Let me scroll back here to my support material. We had some catching images. Let me start by applying them into my presentation. Come over here. I want to put a simple banner to act as a catching point for my presentation. Let me zero down to this segment to see that at least as someone opens our PowerPoint, it is full of life. It is mixed with more and more. So let me apply some changes using the master slide. Is it under the view or the view option here? Go to master slide, scroll up here, access the big or the large slide up there, which is the master slide. I want to apply uniform edits at once. Click on the edit master title, go to home. I want to bold, I want to use font color red, I want to put some shadow, I want to align it center and everything over there. And then I also want to insert a simple logo. So I will come here, pick a logo, Ctrl C, come over here. Let us align it at the extreme end here. Yes, maybe we can put at the bottom end, at the top end, Ctrl C. Let me put one more here. So this will depend on how creative you are if you are to come up with really stunning work. So I'll click over here. I want to save changes. Let me resave this file again. Let me first come to slide master. I close. When I close, we see that at least our presentation has some life on it. I want to go on. I want to apply red as my font color. The learner is trying to manipulate PowerPoint to see that we can get some good marks, to see how best you could have applied a lot on this. Remember, we got all this from the support material, so I want to see that we really get sense out of it. So now, after putting this over here, I want to see that each and every line is well tallied. So I will move here. I can decide to change the slide layout. Come to insert. Is it under home? I go to new slide. I want to take two content slide. Come over here. I want to make a few adjustments. Let me copy this information. Ctrl C. I want to put onto this slide, and then I want to go pick something from the support material. Let me copy this image. I insert it over here, and then I need this heading. Ctrl C, come here. I want to add it over there. Okay. I want now to erase this. I don't need it anymore. Then away from that, I'll come increase on the font. I can even go on to change the bullets. I can change the bullets. So here it's about you on what you really want to come up with on board. You can just click and play as you apply each and every detail. Let me copy this. I put it around here. Let me resize it a bit. Yes, over here. And then away from that, let me say under the summary, I'll come back, Ctrl C, copy this. I also paste it around here. Yes, to see that my presentation is really full of life. Now, after putting this around here, I can now still add more to see that we get some marks as the learner manipulates this spreadsheet. Let me copy this, Ctrl C. This is a presentation, not spreadsheet, sorry. I'll come over here and then say Ctrl V, I want to align it at, let me maybe cut it. I put it on this slide. It looks a bit very plain. Now, I'll come over here and say maybe visual information. On the visual information, okay, allow me use two content for my visual information. Let me keep this here. Go to insert. Go to home. Go to new slide. I want to take a two content. Should I take this picture and caption, or I take a two content? Any of your choice. So over here, I'm going to insert a simple video. So I will go onto my icons. I look for the icon for the video, click over here, go to your desktop. I want to look for my support material. It is Senior 3 support material on the desktop, which is over here. Double tap, tap on the video, click insert. Yes, when I click insert, my video will come over there. And then here, I want to insert a simple image or picture from device. Go back to my desktop. I want to look for a simple picture that will really blend very, very well. So now I will move on, increase the sizing a bit. I want to call this visual. Let me take this up. Ctrl X, come over here, Ctrl V, come, erase this blank slide so that we have each and every detail well balanced. Okay, now after putting all this, I can still go to design. I want to change my theme. Let me take this to be my theme of interest. Then again, allow me increase on the font size to see that we have a presentation that is really, really visible for the audience. Okay, now again, I want to do some polish. You can do better. Please pause and walk through with me. Now, after putting this down, I can add more life. I can go to insert. I click some action buttons so that people can navigate my presentation with a lot of ease. Let me take the button that maybe goes to the next slide. Click on it. Go to slide 1. I want to insert an action button here. Go back, action button, insert it over here. I say hyperlink to the next slide. Click OK. Ctrl C, copy, come over here, and then Ctrl V. I'm inserting these action buttons. Come over here, Ctrl V, come over here, Ctrl V, come over here, Ctrl V, come over here, Ctrl V. So, on the last slide, let us put an action button that takes us back to the first presentation. Go back here, go to action button, and then say, I want to go back or go to beginning. I'll come and insert it over there, first slide. Then, after putting that down, allow me reduce this a bit so that we can have this image at least increased on the size. So we shall be looking at how can the learner interrogate this presentation very well so that we can give you some marks. Let's see, when I check my slideshow, I have an action button that works very, very, very well. So the learner can also add more and more. So when I check here, we see that here we have a video.
People come in all shapes and
that we have there. So now, after putting the video there, I can now go on and on to see that each and everything is well balanced. I'll then, what else can I add? I can go on to insert some transitions. For time, let me insert just a peel off. I say apply to all. I can even keep it automatic to run continuously without you controlling it. I say apply to all, and then when I check the print, when I check the slideshow, we see that the slide runs continuously without me controlling it. Now, away from that, before we leave, I can also go on to insert some header and footer. I want to insert some header. Come over here. I want my footer to be Mutebi Ratib 007, and then don't show on this title. Okay, I say apply to all. When I apply to all, you see that at least I have my footer over there. Now, after adding all this, remember we are running out of time. Remember to pause, try out as we run through with each and every single step. We are looking at CABS ICT Resource Center, where the learner had to manipulate over 4 applications, as I'm trying to work with you to see that we don't leave any stone unturned. So now I'll move up here and then do some adjustments. Yes, it is over here. I'm wrapping up with my PowerPoint. To see that each and every detail is well appreciated. Okay, now I want to also work on this to see that we have uniformity and each and every detail is well appreciated. one more onto my last slide. Come over here. I want uniformity, and then to see that we can move together. Now I want to increase on the size, highlight, increase on the size, and then see that each and every detail is well appreciated. Okay. Now, after having managed to do all this, I will Control S. The learners have to check on the print preview. We print our PowerPoint as a handout. Go to print preview. See that now I want to put all my slides on one page. This is what you have to print. Still, go on and say edit header and footer. Say I need the date and time. I need the header. I need the footer. Header should be maybe your personal number or your name again, Mutebi Ratib. And then the footer can be your personal number, 007. Come and click apply to all to see that each and every detail is well managed. So this is my presentation, and that is how it has been managed. Now I'll go to save. Go to this PC. I want to save in my folder of interest. Go to desktop. My name is Mutebi Ratib 007. I want to save to item 1, a PowerPoint. I click save. I say I want to replace so that I have only one PowerPoint file over there. So look at the presentation. Look at the beauty. Look at the skills that have been interrogated with a lot of zeal. Let me check back. What have we missed? So you are free to add more and more and more as you can wish. So this is our presentation. Let me Control S, save changes, and then close it. When we get back to our file of interest, we see that under item 1 so far we have used 3 applications. Now we are left with word processing. Come over here. I say I want to open Word, and under my Word file I want to come and say this is maybe reports about training program. Look at the way I'm naming my files. So all this should also be well appreciated. The way you name your files is very key and paramount. So let me open my file. Let me open my file over here, and then we start adding life on it. Mpola. So thank you for following. This is your ICT facilitator, ICT tutor, taking you through the KABZ end of year examination, where we are interrogating using over 4 applications: spreadsheet, Access, word processing, and PowerPoint presentation. Now, let me draft a simple report. My report will have an introduction. My report will have maybe the training overview. The training overview. Sorry for that typing error. I will also need to have certificates. Certificate. Let me call this certificates of excellence. One more. I need maybe to have attendance. I also want to see attendance. Let me say I also need to see some visual data, and then I also want to have a look at the conclusion, a simple conclusion to accompany our report. Now, I want to type with this so that we can grow the thinking together. I want to say this. I want to say this report. This report is an overview. This report is an overview of the. This report is an overview of the ICT health, and safety, ICT health. Remember, everything I'm using in this video has been put in the video description. ICT health and training conducted by what? Conducted by Uganda. Conducted by Uganda Digital Skills Foundation. Digital Skills Foundation for employees of Ubuntu Tech Academy for use of Ubuntu Tech Academy, full stop, and say maybe the program held, the program was conducted for 5 days. What else can we put there? Then under, maybe we can say that is our introduction. I can also go on to the training overview and say maybe the training was structured. The training was structured for 5 days. For 5 days, covering a range of topics. Designed to educate participants on safe ICT practices. I can even check my support material to see what else can I pick from my support material over here. So we can say, we also key areas. We're going to be looking at this. I Control C. I come over here into my report. I also paste them over there. I can go on to give them a unique bullet to see that each and every detail is really well appreciated. I'm applying some bullets over here. We are drafting a report which we are going to share as we talk to our training manager. Okay, away from that, I can also go on and say certificate of excellence. I say certificates of excellence were awarded. Certificates of excellence were awarded to the top 3 participants. Based on the performance throughout the training. Away from that, under attendance, I will come and say a total of 10 participants from Ubuntu, a total of 10 participants from Ubuntu Tech Academy were trained, yes, for 5 days. For 5 days, though some trainees never attended all the days. Okay. Now, away from that, we can also, we shall be putting some visual data there. Let me talk about the conclusion. In the conclusion, I can still come back to my support material and see what I can pick from over here. Let me copy this, come and paste it down here. So we see that we have been able to add a few areas. We have adjusted our work. I want to stop here for time, but you are free to explore, work more, and come up with very many stunning ideas. I want to come and say, let me work on my font to be Arial narrow, my font size around 12, come to line spacing, I take maybe around 1.5, which is the standard line spacing. Now, after putting this down, I will also want to do some adjustments to see that we can have the blend of knowledge as we manipulate the word program. Now, I want to open my spreadsheet again. I copy some information. I want to copy this table. Control C, come over here, Control V. Yes, this is visual data. Should I put it under attendance? Okay, let me keep it there for now. Then I want to go to Certificate of Excellence to say that the top 3 candidates will be given will be given a Certificate of Excellence. Come with me, click here, go and Control C, Control V, paste something there, and then under the visual data, I also want to come and insert a visual illustration, which is maybe my chart that I had composed. Click on it, Control C, come over here, and then you Control V. So at least we see that our Word program is also trying to take shape. After putting this down, I want to also do some adjustments. I want to maybe create a table of contents. So I'm going to highlight to see that each and every detail is well appreciated. I move here, visual data. You can do a lot on your work depending on what you want to come up with. Go to style. I want to take maybe heading 1. I want to bold. I want to reduce on the font to around 18. I want to change the font maybe to Roboto. So all this, it's up to you to decide on what can work for you better. So now I want to change the font. I want to change the font color to maybe this dark blue, and then you are free to add more and more and more as you navigate through. Now after putting my headings, I can now go to insert, click page break, then come back to the first page. I want to reserve it to be my title page. Then I will put my table of contents onto this first page. So now I'll go to references. I go to table of contents. I choose the option that says automatic table of contents. Tap on it. When you get back here, at least we have a simple table of content, but the way it has been adjusted, it is really, really vague. So let me try to polish it to see that we can save on time. I only wanted a few segments of it. Yes, something like that to act as my table of contents. Let me come over here, align center, bold it, increase on the size. I can even give it font color red. I can even make it uppercase to see that each and every line has been well appreciated. So this is my report that we are trying to create to see that we get the best out of it, as simple as this. Now, away from all that, I can still go on to design a simple title page. And let me say, I want my title page to be eye-catching. Let me blend it in this way. Let me say, okay, let me add something like this. My title page, stretch it a bit. I want it to be really eye-catching to see that we can get some marks as we manipulate through with the item. So I want to add some salt on the meat around. I want a simple curve. Let me stretch it a bit. Okay, around here. Okay, I wanted something that is a bit simple. I wanted something that is a bit more simple, just to make sure that at least we have some eye-catching table or cover page. Go to shape fill. I want to fill it with maybe the dark red shape outline. Let me use the same color. Ctrl C, Ctrl V. Come and say send back. I want to give it a different red color, and then I want to also say come to shape outline. I say maybe no fill. I want to push it a bit in to see that I have a simple effect over there. Then away from that, I also want to come back here. I say let me add something that maybe is in form of just to make sure that at least I have a catching a catching, I have a catching. Okay, wanted to add something here. Okay, so I wanted to insert something a bit to see that we can have some marks. Okay, something like this. Maybe let me rotate it to have I want to have a clear cover page. Let me push it a bit here. Okay, around there. Let me go on to give it dark. I say outline, no outline, Control C, Control V. I want to move it a bit up here. As simple as this. Let me come to shape outline. I say no outline, shape fill. I put maybe white. Control C, Control V. I move it up here. I want to position it around here. I say send back, and then I want to give it a font color black, and then I want to reduce on the sizing. Okay, simple as this. Then I want to keep my shape at this point. Okay, I wanted to keep it a bit at a point that we can get some maxi out here. It is over here. I want to give this font color. Go to font color, go to color. I want to give it white. Yes, then I can now go on. I wanted to send this, send back. I want to have a clear effect like that. So after composing something like that, I'll now go on and put some content onto my cover page. And in this point, allow me use a text box over here, a text box over here. Sorry. Okay, I want to use a text box. Okay, I'm failing to get it with time. Let me just move on. I say I want to say, okay, this is a training reports. I can go on and increase on its fonts. I want to increase on its fonts. The training reports. Okay, around there, I can even go on and increase. Let me go back to my support material over here. I want to pick something small, presented to Uganda Digital Skills. Yes. Come over here and then Control V. I want to keep it uppercase, align it center, increase on the font. Okay, after putting that down, I can even okay, let me first push this a bit here, put it back. I want to keep my design the way we had drafted it. Okay, it is over there. Then I can even go back here to my file. I say I want to pick the logo, Control C, come here onto my report, Control V, come and change the text formatting so that everything is on point. Simple as that. Then report dates. I also want to say report dates. Report date, maybe it is 21st November, depending, 21st November 2025, and then I want to align it center. Okay, I can even say compiled by compiled by, I say, Mutebi Ratib 007. Okay, after putting this, I can still go on to increase on the font for visibility. Increase on the font for visibility. Can even reduce a little bit there to see that each and every detail is really well appreciated, as you see here. Okay, as simple as this. I wanted to add some salt. Okay, now after putting this down, I can still go on and put a header of my name, Mutebi Ratib 007. I can even go on to put a watermark. Let me say insert or design, go to watermark, custom watermark, and under here I want to take a picture, say select picture. I go work offline, check your folder. I want to check my folder where I have the support material, which is down here, support material. I want to take this to be my watermark, as you see. So you can do a lot. I can also go back. I say, let me insert some page borders. Simple as this. I can give them a thicker weight. I can even add a different theme. So after putting this down here, still the learner is free to add as many more skill sets as you've been opened up by your teacher, or as you apply to the interests of the item setter. I can still go on to apply some colors to see that each and every detail has been well appreciated. I can even come over here, I go to layout, I say columns, I say let me present, since they're bullets, we can leave them maybe at that. So, but you can still say, let me change this, let me put this into a 2-column, if at all it can really fit their interests very well. So this has been your ICT tutor attending to the CABS ICT Resources Center, the end of year examination, where we have been able to appreciate over 4 applications, a spreadsheet, Access, word processing, PowerPoint presentation. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for sharing. Everything that I've used in this video, I have been able to attach it into the video description. Please check it up and follow with me. Each one should teach one, as our slogan states. Thank you so much. May God bless you for me. Bye-bye.